We live.
Hey.
We're gonna start with some Indian. The Queen vibes is real strong in the building.
It definitely.
Hey, Brandy dropped her album too.
A Christmas album, isn't it?
Girl, he loves Brandy.
Yeah.
She got a new movie on Netflix too.
Yeah, if you ain't got no rasp, you can't sing.
And she can't act.
I need you to have a little rasp in your voice.
And she can't act.
But yes.
Hey y'all, I am Mrs. Mac.
I am Mr. Mac. This is the Road to Bliss podcast. You know what I'm saying? We talk about relationship stuff. What we say, you ain't got to take to heart. You know what I'm saying?
Not.
Do, try,
What
indulge.
works for you.
Yeah, what works for you works for you. You feel me?
Today we have a guest on.
Okay.
Miss Shante Love.
Hey.
Flat out comedian. Your baby
Doula.
mama's baby mama.
Right, Doula in the house.
You know what I'm saying?
Doula. Oh man, Doula. I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. I was
Flat
very
out.
interested when you told me that. 'Cause I'm a nurse.
Okay.
And that's why I asked. You have to be a nurse. You do not have to be a nurse. But yeah, that's why I asked about that. But yes.
So what's going on?
Yes. How you been? How
I've
are
been
you?
good. Life's been good. I've been staying blessed, booked, and busy.
I know that's right.
That's
yes.
what's
up.
Let's book
Flat
the
out.
busy.
The 3 B's.
Yes.
Triple B. I
Flat
love
out.
it. Right.
I seen you just did a show with my boy Willie C, man.
Oh, yeah. That's
Straight
not the
up.
first time I've done a show with
Straight
Willie.
up.
Okay.
Actually, that's probably my third show with Willie.
Really?
Back when he was on tour earlier this year with Calamar White and Richie Fontaine. 'Cause I think he's on tour with Richie again. Earlier this year, they came the night before the show, or maybe a day or two. Maybe I saw it the night before. They were doing auditions for comics to open up for them.
Oh.
And I don't know how many comics went out because, you know me, I try to be prompt.
Right.
So I got there early and I got to go first before anybody was there. And I won.
Oh.
Dang.
So I don't know what other comics was out there, but I know.
But you got it.
I got it. And
All
I
right,
was the only female on the tour.
Really?
Not the tour, on that show. They ain't take me nowhere else with
Okay.
them. It was like,
You was here in St. Louis.
I was
All
there in
right.
St. Louis. I opened up
All
in
right.
St. Louis. It was so fun. And then Willie ended up headlining a show at the Helium Club like a month or two later. And he brought me out for that too. So he a good dude. He like that annoying big brother. Yeah, that's him.
And he did his podcast before. He didn't came
Okay.
on.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we went to one of his shows.
I rock with Willie C, man.
Yeah.
Willie C, I think he got a bigger hand in like recultivating comedy in St. Louis than people think. For real. Like he don't get his just due.
He
Like,
don't.
He
I
don't.
see that.
And I don't be liking to see that. You feel me?
Yeah.
Straight up.
So that's not how you. Okay, so let's start with how you got started.
How I got
With
started.
comedy.
Let's start before that.
Let's start before that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go down the timeline.
All right.
Okay.
You did say I need
Where
to
you
time.
where you grow up?
I grew up in North City.
Okay.
We moved to St. Louis when I was like 5 or 6. Grew up in North City,
Move from
California.
okay.
okay.
Dang, you okay, Cali baby.
Okay.
I am Cali baby.
Do you still go to Cali?
Nah.
No, you have family in Cali?
I do. My mom's side of the family is there. I think I went again one summer when I was in middle school, but I haven't been back since. So
Okay.
I do
That's
tell my
what's up.
mama all the time. I knew it was hard in the 90s, like to raise families and stuff like that out there, but I low key wish they would have stayed because I'm pretty sure I would have been married to a Mexican by now. Okay. No doubt about it.
You and Julio.
Yes. Because
Straight
like,
up.
my mom grew up in East LA projects, which was primarily Hispanic. Okay. So
Okay.
I definitely
Yeah.
it was
Your
doubt.
culture.
It's
That would
inevitable.
have been you.
Yeah, my
Okay.
aunties here used to tell me I used to speak Spanish when we
Oh.
first moved here. I used to speak Spanish. Like I was around it a lot when I was younger.
Grew up with-
Wow.
Because
Okay.
you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah,
So
that's
I think I got
true.
a C when I graduated high school in Spanish.
I just took Spanish.
Yeah, right. I did. So grew up in
You
North
stayed
City, off Taylor and Carter,
Okay.
Yeatman Middle.
Okay.
Okay.
Beaumont was the next step. That was not the next step for me.
Okay.
No shade to Beaumont because I know some dope people, but
And I
that
have
was
a lot of
not
cousins that went to both mine.
that was-
All my older cousins.
that was not my path. But I ended up
Okay.
going to Central Visual Performing Arts.
Okay.
So somehow still ended up in entertainment now. So
what did you do there?
saxophone was my main goal.
Uh-huh.
But then I ended up reverting back to music, like singing.
Oh,
so
okay.
vocal, solo, and then I joined the choir and stuff.
So
My last
you're a
few years.
singer as well.
Yeah, not anymore. Them kids mess them voice up.
Oh, okay. Okay. Hey.
I might get a little Tony Braxton every now and again, but I can't hit them octaves like I used to. So I just knew I was gonna be an opera singer.
Wow.
Straight up, huh? That's crazy. So, Beaumont. How was Beaumont?
I ain't go to
She
Beaumont.
Oh, you didn't go to Beaumont
She
Valley.
said that was not her future.
That was not my future at all.
So how was performing art school?
It was dope. It was really dope. Well, I went when it was still on the north side off of Garrison, like right down from Beaumont. And the year I graduated, they moved to the south side. It was dope. It was low key like Fame almost.
Yeah.
Like people like it was. I think now when I see it and hear about it, it's probably more like Fame. But back then, like we were definitely skipping class, going to the third floor because that was where the music stuff was, and we was always singing, always dancing, all the time.
Wow.
That's dope.
That's
bro.
dope. That is to be around
Yeah.
people that like that want to do things that you want
Exactly.
to do and things.
I still got at least like 3 musical friends. I got a couple other friends I've known long, but I still got at least 3 musical friends that I still kick it with
That
to this
is
day.
wonderful.
So, yeah.
That's good.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So after
supposed
high
to.
school, what Shante do?
Ooh. Mess up her Pell Grant. If I'd have known what I wanted to do, because I was at Flow Valley for a good little while trying to see what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to work with kids in some capacity. But then I had a homegirl was like, hey, why don't you volunteer at this daycare center or whatever? And it was in the hood. I did not want to teach kids anymore after that. I think I was at that daycare center for like a week. Dang. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to do early childhood education.
Kids was bad?
That was bad. And I was young too. And I was like, I ain't got to put up with this.
I don't like kids that
That's
much.
how you raising your baby? Not I, said the cat, not I. So for real, just bouncing around for real. Eventually thinking wellness and management would be kind of my thing because I used to work at a lot of spas and hotels and like working my way ups and stuff like that. And then once I got married and then that started to kind of fizzle out to try to figure out who I was and what I needed, mental health started being my passion and helping Black and brown pregnant women and stuff like that. So comedy was never in the mix in any of that.
Wow.
Like,
that's amazing how life just reverts. Like you just like you don't know where you're gonna go. Like you just never know. Opportunities come up. Okay, so you said you were married.
Yeah.
So
legally in the state of Missouri, I still am.
Okay. So what happened? You want to talk about it?
I guess. I talk about it.
What's your you said that.
Ain't nothing. I was in my comedy.
So how long were you married?
I think when did I meet the guy?
When did I meet that?
I had to realize my son is of age to find podcasts and stuff like that. Let me make sure.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I think I met him in like 2007.
Okay.
We got married in 2011, and we've been separated since 2018.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for 7 years.
How old was you in 2011?
11. I had to be in my 20s.
Okay.
Yeah, when I got married, I did my 20s.
Were you in your early 20s or late 20s?
Yeah, because I think I had my son when I was like 20. Because I met him when I was 21.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I had TJ when I was like 23-ish or something like that. So yeah, like mid-20s or something like that.
That's early
so
to get married.
It really is.
What made you get married so early, like so young?
Because I'm
Were
dumb.
you? No.
It looks cute. It's like, oh, you love me. We're going to move in together. Let's start a family. Let's get married and stuff like that. Not doing the full background check on people, like how you were raised, how you want to raise children.
Makes a difference.
What are your morals?
Where you came from.
Just because you grew up in the church does not mean that I got displayed a real show production, you know. But and then again, people change and they don't always change for the better. Yeah. And I can't say it's completely why we're not married anymore is completely his fault. Like you like other vaginas to be in while you're married. Okay. Those things kind of happen. Yeah. But I think over the time and stuff like that, I think we grew apart. Okay. And I think because he was from an environment that stuff low key was okay. Because almost everyone, and not everyone, but a good percentage of people had side babies. Okay. In that situation, you know. Similar situation for what happened with me. His dad did his mom kind of stuff. So, I mean, when you know better, you do better. Yeah. But if you don't want to do better, then you won't. You know. Right. So
absolutely right.
Yeah. Okay. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I haven't told the story in a minute. He faked his own assassination attempt.
Now he did the baby on the highway.
to get out of.
Like I done sabotaged some relationship. I'm guilty.
He faked. So
how do you do that,
girl? So, and I don't think
that's a very interesting person.
It is. How?
Why?
East St. Louis education, I would not have thought. It would have been so elaborate. No shade to East St. because I know some definitely smart people, but I know him. Okay. He might have took a little extra time. But hey, you love who you love at the time. But yeah, let me see. So it was after our second child, my daughter was born, and I was working 2 jobs, and then I kind of stopped working. He had finally got a job that was efficient enough at the time. I had been a breadwinner our entire relationship. Mm-hmm. They had finally got a job. It was like, I can do this. I was like, all right, well then go ahead and do this because I done got 2 of these kids now.
Right.
Things just kind of weren't going the way they needed to go, and then we got into an argument or something like that. And he told me they was going through a lot because somebody was trying to kill him from his past.
Okay.
He had told me that he went down south or whatever like that one time. Things popped off before we met, and somebody was unalive, you know?
Right.
Okay.
So, and now when I retell the story, I'm like, girl, it was like one of those BET straight to DVD movies. It could have been, I really want to sell the rights.
It was a Tubi movie.
It was. I really want to sell the rights to it for real. So,
you should write a book. You should write a book about it because I've never in my life.
Me neither.
Heard of somebody faking their death?
Faking an
assassination attempt.
I think that's more common than y'all think.
You know what? I had a homegirl reach out to me and said the same thing. Said that the homegirl.
Like I said, because I done sabotaged some relationships, but it's like I just had a homegirl call the girl, like, you know, quit calling my man type stuff. You know,
that's different. But to tell me that somebody's trying to kill you from your past, so you can't be around me or your kids right now,
that's nuts.
Yeah, see, I'm too
crazy.
I'm too what you call it?
What?
Don't cross the pole. Don't split the pole. What that's called?
Oh, superstitious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not finna say I'm dead. I'm not finna say I'm dead.
Kill me or anything.
Yeah, because I don't want to end up dead.
Right. You don't want nobody coming to you.
Like when you lie to get off work, you got to lie on somebody who already did.
Oh my God, here you go. He's so sick.
You know what I'm saying?
He ain't lying.
Hey, I'm cooking. Yeah. I'm cooking right now. Straight up. You got to lie on somebody who already dead. Like, you know, hey.
Oh, wow.
My uncle in the hospital, fam. You know what I'm saying? It's not looking good.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Unc got me. He know what's up. He's like, use me, left you.
You know what?
I'm just saying.
Or a movie plot that they ain't never seen. Especially I used to work with a lot of white people. Let me tell you this black movie plot. Like this what? Live again.
That is funny. Yeah. All right. So after you guys split.
Yeah.
You said you had to find yourself and get, you know.
Oh yeah, I was all that started happening right after I had my daughter.
Okay.
Which is why I started to do the mental health work and become a doula now, because I went through postpartum depression.
Okay.
And I tried to kill myself.
Did you?
Because I was already struggling because I had so much identity in who I was as a, like, working and, like, not dependent on someone for money. Even though he was my spouse.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I still could never depend on him in that kind of way. And now that I had, and then it went to shit, I don't know what to do. Yeah. And now I got these kids. My friends used to call me a Haitian because I was working like 4 jobs. Like part-time at Dollar Tree, cleaning this office space, working at a spa. Like every day I was doing something in order to kind of maintain living.
You got to take care of your kids.
Yeah.
That's all you know.
Because he surely wasn't. He had to stay low.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to kill. He had to stay low.
So this was after you had your daughter, he got the job.
Nuts.
He got that job like the day after I had her. They called him while he was at the hospital with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then eventually they lasted for how long? Some months?
Him being at the job?
Yeah.
He ended up holding that job until maybe a year ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So maybe a year ago.
Okay, so he held it while y'all was still together and everything.
No, because what?
You said
we separated. He held that job a year ago. He had that job maybe about 6 years or something like that.
Okay.
My daughter is 7 now.
Okay.
So yeah.
How did you find out you was going through postpartum depression? Like, what was the signs?
When I took the rest of them pills.
Wow. So that's how you try to commit suicide.
Yeah, I had what is that they give you after the C-section? Oxycontin.
Oxycontin.
Yeah, I had like 6 or 7 pills. That's how you know that whole they don't see black women in pain and stuff like that. They ain't do shit.
Yeah.
They ain't do shit. I took like
too.
6 or 7.
You gotta be very vocal.
Yeah.
That's so sad that you black women, we have to be very vocal about how, like, knowing our body.
Yep.
Speaking up for ourselves, being advocates for ourselves.
Yeah.
Because if you're not, they're not gonna be.
Not at all.
So
They just think you cool.
Man, so so pills. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I took, it was like 6 or 7 left. So I took those after I'd already destroyed anything he had. Like, I fucked up the TVs, all types of stuff. Like, you want to leave my house or shit. Yeah. And I just took the pills and I just laid down. And that was it, because I wasn't working. He wasn't helping. I didn't know where things were going. And I was just lost.
Right.
So he was working and wasn't helping?
Oh, yeah.
See, I told you niggas do that.
Yeah.
I told you, this niggas that have a job, they don't mean that they doing right.
At the time, I had access to bank account that we had shared. So I, hopefully I don't get arrested. But like when I found out about the girl and that she was pregnant and stuff like that, I had
Wait, back up.
My bad. Okay, we're going fast. Well, this is all within a year span. So we're talking my life circa 2017, 18, because I had my daughter in 2016. So yeah, try to take the pills, lay down, because that was it. I didn't. My kids would be better off without me.
No,
you know, because it wasn't even the fact that, oh, my man. Like, no, I had a high risk pregnancy. Everything that I could have,
stressed out.
I was already stressed out, and I worked 2 jobs while I was high risk pregnant.
Wow. Okay.
You know, with a husband that was working a job, but that wasn't really emotionally there either, and I still had to figure out finances and stuff like that. Like, when I say I did everything, I did everything. And I think that's on me too, because I saw a household where I'm gonna just give you this money and you figure it out, kind of things like that. Yeah. But I used to be vocal about that. Like, I don't want to sit here and figure out how I gotta rob Peter to pay Paul. Yeah. I need you to help me do that.
Right.
So yeah, I was already going to doctor's appointments 2 times a week before I was even 25 weeks pregnant. Wow. So I was already stressed. And then I had her, and I wasn't working, and it was just me and her. I would take my son to school. He would go to this new job, and it was just me and her.
Taking care of the baby.
And that was it.
It's a lot.
It's
a lot.
It was a lot. And I put on a good show. I used to go live a lot.
Of course we do.
I used to go live a lot, see how cute she is and stuff like that. No one ever paid attention. I had the same clothes on for days.
Wow.
I had the same clothes on for days. I would shower just enough because I was breastfeeding to make sure I didn't feel dirty while I would feed her.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I was already. And then when I knew things just weren't going to get better or felt like they were going to get better, I didn't want to do it anymore. I had never felt that low in my life.
I'm so sorry. My God.
So,
yeah,
man, he ended up getting another woman pregnant.
Yeah.
How you find out?
Yeah.
So this, I had my daughter in 2016. He left January of 27. Well, he had left sometime in the summertime too. But we had reconciled before like Christmas and stuff. But in January 2017, he had left the house or whatever. 2017, me and the kids were essentially homeless. I was bouncing from relative to relative, things like that. I was living out of the car. It was a whole thing. So 2018, he started to come around more and help. And I think that was after I was like, I'm going to put you on child support. Oh, okay. You know, because I wasn't getting, my kid was going to private school. Okay. You know? Okay. So I'm like, you got to do something. What's happening? I'm not going to take him out anywhere because this was the only stability they had. Shout out to Christian Academy because that's the only stability my kids had was that school. Okay. I don't care how many jobs I got to work. They will continue to go to that school. They're going to that school.
All right.
Like, it was a family. They helped me out so much. So we reconciled in 2018. I ended up getting taxes and stuff, getting a townhome, putting his name on the lease. You're still my husband. You're going to stay here. We were going to counseling and stuff at this point. Then all of a sudden he couldn't go to counseling and then he'd had work or this, and that. Little excuses where we weren't going anymore. One night he was working out more, said he was working out with one of his homeboys from work. I got a text message on my phone while he was there. And I was like, the message was like, I can't wait to see your new hairdo. You'll never give me money. Our entire relationship, he has never paid for hair, nails, anything like that. So what the fuck is this?
Right, where this come from?
I meant to send it to my mama. You can't, that's what told me. You can't wait to see your mama hairdo? That don't make sense at all. That don't make sense at all.
They don't know how to lie at all.
They don't.
Y'all just horrible liars.
It's like 0 to 100.
I'm sorry.
You know what, Kings? I'm standing with you. I can either I plead the fifth.
There we go.
I can neither confirm or deny. Flat out. I'm out of this.
Play it safe. There we go.
Yeah.
But what?
So the text message came. He was like, well, I meant it to my mom or something like that. No, that just don't make no sense.
Don't sit real with me.
So now I'm talking, asking questions, things like that or whatever like that. Because you've been working out with your homeboy. Your clothes ain't getting no smaller. It's neither here nor there. Again, I'm trying to work on this marriage and these kids and stuff. I have my accountability of not paying attention to signs or making it want to work so bad where I ignored some behaviors and stuff like that.
Right.
So asked him about it, said it was some girl he knew from high school who sometimes he talks to. I know guys have female friends because I have a male friend that I've known since I was 9 years old. So I get it. You know, you talk to her about something so she kind of helped you get clarity or whatever. So I didn't make too...
You ain't too off of it so much.
Yeah, till that text message, you know. And I'm like, okay, so what's this about?
Right.
So got into a whole thing. I ended up taking the kids and leaving. This is the summer of 2018. So I ended up taking the kids and leaving and went to my mama's house. And I was like, I done worked so hard to get this town home and do all this stuff. Why is this nigga in my house?
I know that's right.
Yeah.
I left the kids with my mama. I think it was like 5 o'clock in the morning. I went back to that townhouse. Y'all know he barricaded that door?
He barricaded the door?
He barricaded that door. I unlocked
it.
He put the chairs. He had the dining room chairs against that
He
door.
knew he was coming to put his ass
I
out.
was coming down. Because it just didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Well, I don't feel comfortable with this. Stop talking to her. You know, stuff like this and things like that. I go back there, I'm pushed my way in, and I had a hammer, and I still have this hammer. I had a hammer, and when I tell you that Xbox got it, that big screen TV got
everything but him.
Only because I feel. Only because I feel.
You was trying to get him.
I was trying to Tanya Harden that nigga's kneecaps.
I'm very happy you didn't get him.
I do too, because my kids,
exactly.
You know, they would have had. Yeah, I get. But
you know what, y'all kind of like, you know.
But you got to think about it.
Because she done set a nigga on fire.
Trauma.
But you have to think about it. All the things that I had to endure for that to have happened when all of 2017, he wasn't in the house. We would still hook up every now and again because
Yeah, you love him.
I love him. You know, you having a crisis and things are going on, but I'm still here for you kind of thing or whatever like that. You could have left me alone. All he had to do was be a better father. I even tried to get him to get documentation of, hey, give me $500 a month and get the kids here, and here. Because I didn't want to keep working multiple jobs. I just wanted one.
Right.
But his car got repoed. A car that he couldn't afford. It was more than our rent because he got it when we were together. I know I cried on the way home because he bought that car because he tried to keep up with the Joneses because he had just got the job. We just had a baby.
Right.
I'm not working, and you want to get this car that's more than our rent? Wow. I cried all the way home. His mama was like, well, you just got to... So he called me 2 o'clock in the morning because I was staying with my cousin because, again, he got somewhere to stay. Staying with his mama or with the girl who I didn't know at the time. I'm bouncing from relatives. You know? Called me at 2 o'clock in the morning. Can you come get me because they repoed my car?
The first person he think about
is me. You know what he told that girl? Because he was seeing this girl at the time. That he was in a car accident and the car got totaled and he had been in the hospital for a week because he was at my cousin's house
my God.
with me because I was taking him to work because I still had the car, the SUV that we had at the time.
What happened to the townhouse?
Man. This was before.
Oh, before this was before. Okay,
so I'm going back for it.
Okay.
Yeah. So gets there. I'm breaking everything. So back to 2018, breaking everything with the hammer and stuff like that. Called his mama. You better come get your son or he gonna be in the hospital. Because I'm finna mess him up. I threw everything out, all that stuff. Then, because I play detective, because what? Now I go into the Sprint account. You can't talk to me when you're working, but you calling her right after. So I called her before I called his mama, and I was like, "So did you know he was married? Did you know this and this and this and that?" Because think about it. We were trying to reconcile, and he was still seeing her, and he had been taking my kids to her house.
Oh, no.
Oh, hell no.
What?
My son was 7 or 8 at the time, and Ari was barely 2, maybe. He was taking the kids over there.
Oh, the disrespect.
Niggas stopped doing that in the 80s, bro. You can't do that.
I had to take TJ. I had to put my son in therapy because he was conflicted because if I tell my mama, then I'm going against my daddy. But I see all this stuff my mama's going through.
Yep.
And now, is it okay to lie?
The kids.
You know? Like, it was a whole thing. I don't think he understands how detrimental it was for everybody.
Yeah, you have to take him to counseling. That's a lot.
Yeah.
You niggas is trash that do shit like that to little kids.
When, honestly, all of 2017, and I had one, and before he called me about his car and all this stuff, I was done. That whole year, you weren't coming back. You weren't being an efficient co-parent. I was done. You could have just left me alone. All you had to do was be a better dad. Yeah. I didn't have to get involved. We didn't have to reconcile anything like that.
Yeah.
But my friend told me, she said it had to have happened like that in order for me to know that there was nowhere coming back, that was not the person that I knew or that he portrayed to have been.
You had to go through that.
Yeah, I had to go through that. I'm like, God dang.
Why that?
I know my shoulders big and broad, but I ain't built for everything. I ain't built for everything.
I know that's right. Our heart.
Yeah.
Our heart ain't the same as the strength that we have within us. My heart. Yeah. I'm soft. Yeah. Like, my heart is so soft.
Like, I'm working on my mental health and then dealing with this from a guy. Like,
how much can you take? And that's a lot. That's a lot.
Before I end up on Snap. Like, I was literally calling people like,
and that's
what you gonna say about me in this interview? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I used to call my friends, so what you gonna say about me when I interview? Because I'm gonna be on somebody's TV. I'm gonna be on somebody's TV.
My mental capacity is not like that. Yeah. It's not big enough for that.
Yeah,
I got a restraining order, and it was more so for myself.
Okay.
Because I knew if I saw him,
it was up.
I was gonna do something.
This man, I don't understand how niggas take that. Like, in the 80s, like, people our age, I hear that a lot of going over another woman's house. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was common in the 80s. Like, that's horrible.
Nobody doing it in the 2000s.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you would think.
Yeah, in the 90s, niggas shouldn't
be
doing
it.
Yeah. I think they stopped in the 80s.
Evidently, it ain't.
Once cell phones got developed.
Right. You know. Like, everybody going live on everything. You gonna end up in somebody's video while you playing.
Exactly.
See you.
You gonna be on TikTok with somebody's kids and you ain't gonna even know it. You just walking through the living room.
Doing a little dance and they walk back. Like, let's be for real.
It
took all of that for me to realize how important my mental health was and the mental health of my children.
Yeah.
You know, and that completely changed my view on a lot of things.
Okay.
And I ended up switching my major. I ended up going back to school, switching my major to human services, like social services kind of thing, and psychology.
Okay.
And then it kind of just kept going from there. Okay. And then because I went through postpartum depression and everything, I reached out to this agency through SSM called the Mom's Line. Got with a mentor, got some resources, got some help and stuff like that, where a year later, I went through the training program.
Oh.
So I could become a perinatal peer support for moms. Because why not be a support for someone probably with a similar story, or for someone who felt like they don't have support? Because it's out here.
You're familiar with it.
Exactly.
You know how it feels.
Like, I would feel so bad if I didn't share or be a shoulder for a woman who was going through the same thing that felt like they were alone.
I love that. I absolutely love that. That's good.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that it's people out here that, like, we have a heart. And things have to get so bad.
I know.
For us to dip.
It sucks.
I always tell her selfish people would never lose.
Oh, yeah.
You say it all the time.
Selfish people are like the most well-off people in the world. Like, they don't care.
It's the givers. It's the givers that.
Yeah.
It affects.
They're going to do what they do. If they feel something wrong, they out.
Yeah. Yep.
They not finna stay. They don't care about how much they care about you.
Fighting through it, nothing.
No,
they ain't
working
on through it, nothing. It's all about me.
Yeah, it's the people that care that just, like, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
Flat out. That's why I be told wife, I don't like my heart.
He has a great heart.
I be having to turn that asshole up on niggas.
He be like, an asshole now.
Straight up.
You don't support me, I ain't supporting you.
Yeah.
Because we support everybody. And it just be messed up how, like, people just don't.
I just had a conversation with a homegirl like that, too. It was like, I think now, because I've gone through everything, I'm like, okay, I don't think of it as people using me. I'm a blessing to you in that season.
Yeah.
And I had to learn, and my auntie taught me this, the one that had the book signing today. I have to forgive people for myself because I'm the only one that's affected by it. That took me years too. Because for the longest, I used to blame myself for him cheating.
Yeah.
Like, me telling you what my needs were and asking you to meet them was nagging to you. You know, because I knew that I had some issues and trauma where even before all this happened, I had went to therapy because I could tell that I was maybe talking to him in a certain way. So before all that happened, I had started going to therapy because I wanted the dynamic of the relationship to change.
Yeah.
But that was not something he was accustomed to. Black people actually seeking help and wanting to change and not being stuck in their ways. Like, he literally told me one time that she says thank you when I take out the trash.
What?
Yeah. I was like, you need applause for something you should
ego stroke
do
for that.
Yeah. Not the fact that I would work 2 jobs, get off of work, go get his car from his job, leave my car, take his car to get serviced, like oil change, clean, and then bring it back.
No,
like, ma'am. But I didn't say thank you when you take out the trash.
Jesus Christ.
Like, I used to give a lot, and I think that's why after everything happened, I was in my selfish era. I was in that, F these niggas, y'all just gonna, you know, now I'm trying to soften up because now I think I want a boo now.
I want to find the love of my life. I do.
But I'm still a little hard a little bit because I'm like, I'm just.
And you know what? And that's why I always tell my husband, like, once you go through things like that, it takes a long time for that wall to come down.
Yeah. I got therapy every Monday, 1 o'clock.
So that's wonderful.
Yeah.
It is so hard. Like, from when we first got together, I had been just like stumped down to the mud. Like, I was nothing. Like, no, I mean, I had nobody. The ex used to call me ugly, fat, all this and that, all that. And it was just like to have somebody come in and just love you. We knew each other when we were younger.
Yeah. And
we stopped dating when we were young, when we were 16, 17. And then we got back together in our 20s.
Okay.
I think I was 24, 25. And I had gone through 2 relationships. My kid's father. 4 of my children are not his, and we have 1 daughter that, you know, together. We have 2 stepdaughters. He had 2 before me. But the relationships I had were horrible. They weren't building me up. They were just about tearing me down. And it's hard to come from that.
It is.
And like you said, I had to go to therapy because if he would told me I wouldn't go. He's like, you're not gonna be able to go into this next journey of my life. He's like, this next journey, like,
it's gonna require some work and some healing for me.
Yeah, he's like, it is. And it was only right. We should have never. I was so in love with him when I was younger, and then when I saw him again, I was so in love again.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
I should have healed. What happens a lot?
Huh?
Right.
When you know they see me. When they see me, you know,
I would see him. I thought they meant
the love, you know what I'm saying, comes back up. You know what I'm saying?
I thought he meant it generally. Talking about
and I be having, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna lie. That actually just happened to me earlier this year.
Okay.
So luckily, I know he probably ain't gonna see this podcast, so I can worry about it. So, same thing. I didn't really, and it was crazy because my father was great. I don't have daddy issues, and it's not always daddy issues. Sometimes it's mama issues.
Yeah,
I didn't know. And I lived in a 2-parent household.
Oh,
you know.
Okay.
So I didn't realize that some of the things that I felt through and went through was because of the relationship with my mom, not my dad. My dad used to always, you know, say I was beautiful. Heck, he would do that for my homegirls too. Then call us dude names. My daddy was so goofy, or is so goofy and stuff like that. But I got a nurturing relationship from a black man and other black men in my family. But it was a relationship with my mom that I'm starting to come to light, especially as her caregiver now, that how I saw myself in other relationships.
Yeah.
So when I was like 15 or 16, it was this guy. He was my best friend's brother at the time. And he lived like down the street. He's a couple of years older than me. And he had been going through stuff back then that I didn't know that he had shared with as we met later. But he wasn't a good boyfriend, but we were like 15, 17 years old. So it didn't matter.
He wasn't a good boyfriend at 15 to 16.
Yeah, so
either,
it's like, so we actually, we reconnected this year. And just on, it's growth. It's growth. And you can't expect
he had a whole baby.
Yeah,
okay.
He had a whole baby.
Well, first of all, let me clear my name.
This Shante's story. We ain't
clear his name.
Hold on, I gotta clear my name.
We did put him out there for the good day.
You know what I'm saying? We was messing around. I did have a baby with baby. My wife was very sheltered. She couldn't do a lot. She couldn't come outside.
That was the same.
You know what I'm saying?
So the same way.
He had a car. He was driving. He was all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm fine. It was like a bad combination. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, okay. But
that black man conceitedness is
credit to me. Like, I'm a really self-accountable man. I know that's like very rare to find in the streets.
Very much so.
I came to her. I told her we had to stop talking because of this.
That don't mean it didn't break my heart.
It don't make it.
You broke her heart.
Yeah, it don't make it right. It don't make it right. It don't make it right at all.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Being a nigga I am, I could have played it and just strung it along.
And I would have probably went with him.
But that wasn't right.
16 gullible ass.
Yeah.
Right? Look.
But it wasn't right.
Yeah.
So I told her. And I'm like, yo, we got to stop talking. This is going on. Woo-wah, woo-wah. And that was it.
Yeah.
Flat out. So, you know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, though. That's what's up.
We was young.
That's what's up.
It happened.
Yeah, but
my baby's now, so it's okay.
Yeah. There we go.
Right.
You broke it and you fixed it.
Yeah.
There we go. But yeah, we end up reconciling earlier this year just as friends.
Okay.
Because I ended up talking to him sometimes about this one guy that was like playing with my emotions and stuff like that at church. Don't meet people at church.
That's why I met her at.
PSA. Don't meet people at church. It ain't worth it. But the homeboy that came back to my life as a friend and stuff, it was just on friend stuff, just GP keeping it clean and stuff like that. And then we ended up kind of emotionally and mentally crossing that boundary of like, this might be something else. Is like he had trauma in his past. He had been previously married and stuff like that. We were both hurt and stuff like that, but he was on his spiritual journey. Like he gave his life to Christ and stuff like that. I'm still on the curb. I ain't in the streets, but I'm on the curb.
Yeah.
So, you know, just trying to kind of cultivate a friendship after we kind of decided that we might want to be more, but our views weren't aligning for real. And that's because I don't think I'm really healed.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's still some hurt that he has from his past or whatever. So like we're not even friends anymore right now. It was too much.
Okay.
Like we were starting to talk and hang out and it was starting to be more. He was like, it's going too fast. I was like, neither one of us are doing anything. Like it's going at a pace that's for us. And I feel that when you meet someone and then you reconcile or like come back at a later time, I hope we meet again. Yeah, I do, but I just know there's a lot of healing on both them parts.
But you know, it's good that you realize that like both you weren't healed and you're not.
Because I don't want to mess him up.
It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot of. We went through a lot when we first started dating.
Yeah, and I think that's what it is. Because for me, therapy is a requirement. Yeah. If I'm dating someone and we're together longer than 6 months, therapy is a requirement.
Okay, we beefing. Okay. We beefing.
I think I saw that on one of y'all. I saw that on one of your podcasts. Yeah, I saw that episode before. Yeah.
I feel like, personal therapy is fine. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Today therapy is fine. Mm-hmm. I feel like going back therapy, not really
talking about your past.
Like,
now, that's valid. Not everyone does that. Like, I don't go into my past in therapy.
Because we're not trying to fix anything. Like, you're trying to hash up old stuff.
That's where picking the right therapist, having a clear motive and idea of what you want your healing to look like, and then having someone honor that. Because TV makes it seem like you sitting on the couch talking about when you was a kid. It ain't always like that.
Right.
So yeah, it depends on, as long as you know where you're healing it, because you know I'm all about mental health advocacy, depending on where you want to go. Because it's not like that all the time. I'm not hashing stuff happen and how I'm not close with my siblings and something like that. I want to know why I keep getting these emotional attachments and stuff like that, and why I do this stuff. And it might be because of something in the past, but there's no reason to do that. Now we know that, so how can we fix this or adjust it or heal from that now?
Right.
So yeah, it's not always about going back.
You know,
and I believe couple therapy comes along when two people cannot express themselves to each other.
It's almost like a mediation. But I ain't gonna lie, me and my dude went to couples therapy and he was still cheating. He was going to therapy just lying to me and lying to her.
Oh, damn.
Oh, yeah.
and then going to see old girl afterwards, like yo, I told her that too. She looked at me like, "Are you see?" I was like, "Yeah." He was literally.
A lot of things don't change people. Like people think when you get married, it seals the deal, and it's not always.
You have to want to change.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think my pastor, because I'm trying to get follow the word. You have to be with people through every kind of season. And I ain't talking about summer, winter, fall. If you lose a job, when you get some money, when you lose somebody close, you have to be with someone through those and see how they are and their character and their morals and stuff like that.
I've always said that was my requirement. Like I got to see you through all of that.
And because I got married young, it was I didn't see that. We didn't know who we were then.
Exactly.
And then now we were two adults. growing separately and our morals and stuff weren't aligning. Like, I could never have seen my mother get cheated on and then willingly do that to someone that I chose to be with. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's backwards.
Yeah, I operate from the now another. Like, I'm a man, and if my wife got to work 2 jobs, then I'm definitely working 2 jobs. Yeah, I got to match her energy. It's not gonna happen. Yeah. I done did it. Yeah, a lot.
My auntie used to tell me that the same thing.
If I got to work 2 jobs, if somebody got to work 2 jobs, it's gonna be me.
It's gonna be right.
Yeah, it's not gonna be.
And
her.
I think that's where I'm at now, because I think in some ways we both settled in certain kind of situations and roles and stuff like that. But I will never work 2 jobs and there's a man in my house again in the rest of my life.
And you shouldn't.
We together. What we together for? What we doing? We supposed to be a team.
And I gotta top you off every.
No, I can't top you off. I'm working too much.
Yo,
I can't take care of you.
Yeah. That's enough. I'm depressed. I'm working 2 jobs. Then you expect me to
how? How do you expect
make it make sense?
Capacity to be on me? Come on now.
Yeah, I you know what I'm saying. I do everything. I cook dinner. I do, you know what I'm saying.
When he has to. Well, you can't.
First of all, when I want to and when I have to.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying.
Okay, honey.
I just do everything.
Yeah. You will do everything.
Yeah. But that's what's required. Like,
right, it's a partnership.
In a relationship.
That's right.
Ain't nobody.
I think, and I'm learning that I didn't quite see that growing up, so I didn't know what that was.
Do you think you required a partnership from him?
I did, and he was not capable of that.
Okay.
And that was my fault. Because all he saw was he literally told me, if my mama could take care of 2 kids, you could too.
Damn,
that's not okay.
Yeah. Not my mother took care of 2 kids. I don't want to see you do that.
Right.
Yeah. So he might be a better person now.
Yeah, but
I pray that he's a better person for her, because she is a younger person. They got to be together still.
I'm mad. Younger.
You be dumb if you not. You done went through all this, and then you ain't even with. You better stay with that girl. You better stay with that girl. You better go to therapy.
Oh Lord,
you better be treating her right.
She talking to you, brother.
And you have to realize this is after years of stuff. Course, for a while it was like both of y'all, you know, but
gross,
right? Ooh, baby, because I'm like, Jesus, I'm about to. When I get to that gate, I want no hesitation.
But like you said, you gotta forgive for yourself.
I gotta forgive. I pray all the time that he has more healing and space and self-reflection to be a better person for her, because they had 2 more kids on top of the girl or the kid that she had, and then my 2 kids. So when my kids go over, there's 5 kids. So I pray, not often, because you ain't always in my prayers. Like,
I understand.
You have to be better, because I want my kids to see better.
Right.
I want them to experience better. You know, at first it wasn't. I remember I had to get my kids off the phone one time because they were arguing back and forth, talking nasty to each other when my kids were on video chat. Are you serious? I said, hang up the phone.
Yeah.
You don't ever call my kids when you're doing that.
Come on, you put them through enough.
Like, be for real. So I pray that he gets and is getting the healing and stuff like this, so he can be a better person. Because now God gives you what you need to. You got 2 more girls.
Yeah. Ooh. You do not want them to be treated like you treated her.
The only reason why things didn't pop off the way they popped off is because my dad lives in another state, and my one uncle that's about that is dead. That is the only reason my kids ain't getting Social Security checks.
Thank God.
Not the Social Security check.
Now, because people think because I'm nice and stuff like that, like I don't do stuff like that. Like I can get the way I get that. But I got people, like I literally had someone call me one time. I was like, we see him. What you want to do? I had to stop.
What? Not you was in your Griselda bag.
I had someone.
Not you was in your Griselda bag.
Saw him out and was like, I see him. What you want to do about it?
Shante Blanco. Quit playing.
Shut up. Hey, you better be lucky.
I'm just because
the grace of God, huh?
The grace,
because baby, you probably came a long way.
Jesus, because I was homeless. I was house hopping. The car got repoed. That was both for, regardless of any ill will you feel about me, you would let a car get repoed that you know your kids got it. I was catching the bus 2 hours. To get because again, my son was gonna keep going to that school. I
know, right.
I was catching the bus in the cold for 2 hours with both of them from my cousin's house in North County to the school that's in Overland.
Wow.
My friends and my family saw that and was like, "Yo." But of course, there's always two sides to every story. You know what? You know, he was telling people was different. You know, people thought I had a place to stay and stuff like that. But again. They not my family. They're not gonna rock with me.
Right.
You know.
Right.
I said for the longest, the next person I meet will be an orphan. Next person they will not. You can have a sibling or two. Y'all want you to have a relationship, but I don't want nobody with parents.
What?
And the bad thing about it is,
wait, why?
Because I did not have a good experience with mother-in-law, father-in-law kind of thing.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You know, and then you know. Your character and morals, and then how you see your child and stuff like that. If you ain't gonna call your child out on bullshit,
right?
You know, and I don't know what happened with closed doors, but I know if my son ever did some stuff and I knew that there was a girl with his babies, I'd make sure that them babies was good and that you were good because you're the one that primarily has those kids. Yeah. But that's my character and morals, and you not everybody else's.
So we're talking about this too.
Yeah.
Do you think that you can expect you out of everybody else? You can't.
I used to.
Yeah, you can't.
I cannot anymore.
Out of everybody else,
I cannot anymore. And I think that's why I was on that fuck nigga shit. Like, and I hadn't really claimed anybody or dated anybody since then.
Okay.
Because I struggle with that at times because I want to think people are good, and I'm not always good because I'm full of shit, you know. I'm not gonna say like, I'm just so nice, I need a man. No, this mouth get hot sometimes, you know. But that you want to treat people right, you know. So I'm slowly learning that, especially in friendships too. Yeah. You know, because every friendship has seasons and lessons and stuff like too. But yeah, like I said, I didn't have a good relationship with mother-in-law, father-in-law stuff. So I said the next person I'm dating definitely gonna have to be orphan. That's fine. And the crazy thing is, the guy that came back into my life. Both his parents was gone.
Oh my gosh!
But he actually had a good relationship with his mama too, so she had got sick and stuff like that. But I was like, and because it used to be a joke because like his mom was, she was so mean and rude to me when stuff had popped off, like I cheated on her son or whatever like that. And I was like, bump, that next dude I talked to he ain't gonna have no mama, no daddy, no nothing. My church sisters used to be looking at me like so stupid. And then the guy that reconnected with, both his parents was gone. I was like, oh, this is it.
Here it goes. the sign from God.
Straight up.
All right, let's move past the divorce.
Yes.
Past the divorce. What happened?
Comedy and healing.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I had to go through. That's what comics be, the most traumatic people ever.
I've heard that a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a dare.
Oh, okay.
I got dared because I saw the St. Louis Helium competition last summer, so it's 2022.
Okay.
I saw it, I glanced at it. I think I'm funny.
So this is 2023. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is 20.
So I've been doing comedy for a year.
2022.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Come on.
I know.
And we started following you, and I just see you all over. I'm like, I see.
I know that's crazy,
like,
but it's only been a year.
I never even knew that she existed.
That's because you're not thinking about the Lord. The Lord says your gift shall make room.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. So go ahead.
She got a lot of room.
2022.
Yes,
okay.
2022 on a dare. Signed up for the St. Louis Helium competition.
Okay.
Local comics, I think Illinois is counted in it too. I think to get crowned the funniest in St. Louis. Did I think I was the funniest in St. Louis? No. Why? Because I ain't never been on stage. Signed up, did my little money, but I didn't want to embarrass myself. So I actually came up with a set list. I went over some jokes. I put it in order because I'm a great storyteller.
Okay.
Went over to act with my friends like I was doing some Easter's play or whatever like that. Like, you don't tell me what's funny or not.
Right.
Got on stage. First time on stage, ever performing comedy. There was a voting round, so you had to vote for your favorite comic.
Okay.
And I got voted to the semifinals.
Okay.
Never been on stage. Didn't think I was funny. I didn't make it past the semifinals, but it was a trip. Wow. It was so fun. Started doing open mics, and then maybe 2-3 months in the game, two people reach out to me about paid comedy gigs. I'm like, you You want to pay me to talk about how I can't keep a man? And, I was like, and then that's it.
That's how it started.
What was the joke that you told? What was the first joke that you told in that competition? Like, what was your lead?
I think I told the faking the assassination attempt.
Wow.
Okay.
I think I told that joke. Oh, and the fact that when I started dating, how dudes be lying. Because I've been married since forever. I didn't know nothing about dating sites or whatever like that. I had met this guy online. He had took his pictures. Like he looked like he was probably built like you. I probably used to play football, look kind of buff, the way his pictures would portray online. I met this man. He was shorter than my 10-year-old son. He had a tall tee on. And again, this is only a few years ago. He had a tall tee on.
Yeah, a tall tee on?
In 2022.
And he had no teeth. He was missing teeth.
No.
And you know what he said when I got over there? Where my hug at?
Oh, my God. Grandpa. Gone some...
Where my hug at?
He catfished you.
He catfished. And I'm cute, but I ain't catfish cute.
Nigga, no. Like, come on.
I was so upset.
Wow.
Oh, you catfished. Boy, oh, my God. Grandpa.
Yeah, he had some teeth
Ain't
missing. He had
no
a tall
teeth.
teeth, and you know I'm a bigger girl. I could have put that man on my back like a backpack.
Oh,
that's how
my
small
God.
he was. That's how small he was. I was pissed.
Wow. Okay.
I ain't never lied to get out of place so fast in my life, and I ain't care about no ticket because I was in North City. I went to the city to go get somebody and got catfish.
So okay, while you on the dating scene, I had this. So the dating scene, what does the dating scene look in 22? Like, how does it look right now?
Like,
does it look like that all the time?
No, there are some very charming men that are also emotionally unavailable.
Okay,
that will what you doing you all day, act like you together, but not want to be together. Or they're also getting divorced and you're just looking for someone to help you around your house now. Or you got mama issues that you never resolved. Not all of them. No, I met a couple of few. Because I ain't going to lie. I fumbled 1.5.
Okay.
Because everybody's like, all the dudes. No, the women, we be fumbling too. I fumble like 1.5. So I ain't gonna sit here back like Jasmine just say, Shante like all the dudes. No. We messed up too. I done fumbled. Like I said, I fumbled old boy. And I fumbled like half of one.
Half.
Right.
How does that work? I just want to know what the half is. What's that story?
See, that's the one I met at church.
Oh, okay.
So the church presentation of him was like
wonderful. That's why you say don't meet nobody at church.
Yeah,
don't.
But see, that's the thing about growing up in church. Like, you see the skeletons that these.
See, I didn't grow up in church. That was the thing.
Oh,
I ain't know no better. I just thought everybody say like you can't say Jesus is your husband or your boyfriend. You need a man. So you ain't got the quality ones in the building. Where they at?
Hold up, we healing too.
Good point.
Yeah, we healing too. Okay. You know.
Well, if you healing, then be upfront about it. Yeah. Be upfront about it.
And
I have no problem.
And see, wifey hates my upfrontness. Like, I'm a very bold and
it's not that I hate.
I'm straight to the point.
Yeah.
I'm straight to the point. I don't beat around no bushes.
And I
feel like that's not
like
fair.
That too. And the only reason I'm like that is because of the trauma that I went through. Because I don't like the gray area. I don't like
exactly.
And then because of what I've been through, I need reassurance in some things. Okay. And I'm vocal about that. Like, hey, this message or this sounds a little fishy. Like, what do you mean like that? Or so I need clear, concise, black and white stuff.
What this is. Okay.
What this is.
I got it.
And see, wifey wants, next time you cook that, put a little more pepper in it. I'm more of, don't cook that shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't your dish. You know what I'm saying? It's just not your dish. Like, the other shit you fire with. And I want to
give you a little grace. And I want to be like, it's okay.
God got all that grace. God got all that grace. I know. Oh my gosh.
I want to give you grace.
That's like my family. They was like, baby girl, can you bring the root beer and the water? And I'm like, I could cook, auntie. Like, I know how to cook. They want me to bring water and root beer. I'm like, dang. But all right, I do talk about vegan stuff a lot. I'm not 100% vegan because I'm pretty sure if I did not cook chicken, my son would definitely go stay with his daddy.
Yeah.
Flat out.
That's
like,
a fact.
But we are like 89% dairy free when we can help it.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, I cook some good stuff that you wouldn't tell is dairy free or whatever like that. But I guess they don't be trying to hear that. I got a lot of aunties. I got a lot of aunties with that auntie arm. So they don't want nothing. It was like, that was like, No, baby girl, we just know you got a lot on your plate. Just bring. I'm like, dang.
Wow. Okay.
Dang.
My family don't think I can cook. How I'm gonna get a man?
Straight up. So you live an expensive lifestyle.
A little bit.
Because
it ain't cheap. It is not cheap.
Being healthy is not cheap.
It's not at all.
It ain't.
Yeah, because I've lost like 50-ish pounds since
Shut
last
up. Congratulations.
year. If you look at some of my stand-up and comedy stuff now and look at it now, I don't know if I lost weight or if I just seem more happier. Either way, I'm looking better.
Cheers to both.
So yeah, because my son had some GI issues for a while. So we had to go dairy-free and gluten-free for a while. And then like being gluten-free is a lot harder because you didn't know things that had like spices. Certain spices have gluten in it. It was just like once he got the clear to go back to one, he was like, I'd rather eat gluten.
Okay, well, first of all, what the hell is gluten?
I think it's like the protein or something like in the wheat or whatever that. It's like a wheat.
The wheat in it. It's the wheat. Everything that has wheat in it, you're supposed to not have wheat. You can't have wheat at all.
So wheat is gluten.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I know somebody else needed that.
The grain. It's the grain.
I ain't never seen.
It's the grain.
Yeah. A lot
of
white people used to have it, and like I had one friend. She had mentioned it, and like it just like make her super sick. Like if she ate anything with gluten, it just make her super sick. You know, back then it wasn't as big as it is now because people are starting to pay attention to the fat. And honestly, black people shouldn't have that much dairy anyway. You know your stomach hurt every time you eat Rotel. You know your stomach hurt every time you eat Rotel. I just got to clear out my system. No, you're supposed to eat it. Right? Jesus.
And once this is the thing though. Once we was on not eating the Rotel. They came out with the buffalo chicken dip in 2019.
See, and I make a dairy-free buffalo chicken dip.
Do you?
Yes, I made it in my Doula program. We had a nutrition class. Shout out to Lakeisha Reddit and Virtuously Be Earth.
Okay.
Doula services. If you want to become a certified doula, you want to know more about doulas and how to get one. The St. Louis Doula Project. Definitely link up with them, women and men.
Okay.
We had a nutrition class, so we had to come up with things like foods to help aid that they'll still like in every stage of pregnancy.
Okay.
So buffalo chicken dip can be as spicy or as mild as you want, and if you're trying to get that baby out, put some more hot sauce in it.
Okay.
What? So babies come out quicker with spice?
Spicy food, yeah. Spicy food and sex.
Wow.
Spicy food and sex. But sex is the best.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that big and stuff like that, sir, don't touch me.
I never heard about the spiciness. I never heard about that. I heard about walking.
Yeah, walking
them down.
Yeah, sometimes spicy food can
sex.
help.
Yeah. Wifey loved hot food when she was pregnant.
Yeah. Oh, I love hot food, period.
Yeah, dairy-free cream cheese and dairy-free cheese. And you're right, it is not expensive. And then there's some dairy-free stuff that's trash.
That's why I hate when they talk
I went
about
through years of finding what brands, what dairy-free cheese melts like regular cheese. And it was a whole, like, Dexter's Lab kitchen scenario. But I made it work. I make mac and cheese that you can't tell is dairy-free, but you won't be running to the bathroom afterwards.
Wow.
And that's what I'm saying.
That's good.
I get pissed off when I hear people just tell people to be healthier.
No.
Like, fam, we can't afford it.
Yeah. It's expensive.
It comes like those bags of cheeses and stuff usually be like $3-something or whatever like that. So depending on the stores you go to, a little bit more. Cheese. But yeah, and then you just modify some things. I don't use dairy that I needed before that are fine without it. So it's a trial and error kind of thing.
Okay, all right. So I want to go back to comedy with you. So is there anybody that you look up to or that you think that's like or you want to, like you would say, like a mentor or someone that you look to and be like, okay, this is what I aspire to be?
Not at this moment, only because I'm still new to the comedy thing. Because again, I just fell upon it. Like I didn't even used to watch comedies. Like
you did.
I know. Like I was sheltered. I couldn't watch Raw and all that stuff like that.
Wait a minute. So you didn't see Eddie Murphy in the red jacket?
No. That's how I got older. That's how I got a lot older.
Oh man.
That's how I got a lot older. So
comedy, it just really dropped. Jesus
There's
Christ.
people like who's been doing this, like this is what I want to do. Like I did not in any capacity.
Well, they're probably mad at you.
No,
you know
what? You would think that, but no. They was like, "Dang, you just got out here. And you did like no." Now what they may think about me outside ain't my business, but
in your face, they not.
Yeah, and people I've met, it's so welcoming and stuff like that. Yeah. I know there are beefs and stuff out here, but again, if you ain't in my bed or in my bills, I don't really care what's going on like that. Yeah, it kind of just so happened. So now, because I used to watch romantic comedies, and then like if comics were in there, I was like, oh, he do comedy? That's the person I was.
Okay. Wow.
All right, gotcha.
So since you do comedy, have you went back to like the Richard Pryors and the Red Foxes? And
not quite. Some of them, not all of them, but it's only because I got my 7-year-old around me all the time.
Yeah.
They go to Christian school.
Who's your favorite then? Who's your favorite comic right now?
Right now, Michelle Buteau. I don't know if I'm saying her last name right.
I think
she got that book.
Netflix.
She got the Netflix and off the book that she wrote, Survival of the Thickest.
Okay.
I
saw her
comedy, and I saw that special. I love it.
Okay.
Someone just asked me last night, gun to your head. I'm like, why a gun always got to be to your head? If there was anybody I could open for now.
Black people in trauma.
Gun to your
I know.
Like,
I
Jesus
gotta
Christ.
perform just because I
Gun
might
to my
die.
head. Like, what the hell? Like,
If there was anybody right now that I could open for, low key, I would probably say Dave Chappelle.
Oh, okay.
I would say Dave Chappelle. If
I
I got
fuck
to meet and get a mentor with Dave Chappelle,
Okay.
that was it. Because again, I do watch some female comics and stuff. Because I started to learn like how male dominated and stuff it was, but how the women been striving over these years and stuff like that. Because I love Kim Wayans.
Okay.
So, but it's like that's just who I knew and who I know and who I just love me some Dave Chappelle.
Okay,
and
just for
Marlon
me.
Wayans. I saw him
For my own purposes, I didn't like Dave Chappelle when he did. What was it?
his wife, he disrespectful.
The Chappelle, his show?
The Chappelle Show. I did not like
You
it.
disrespectful.
But I love his comedies, like his stand-ups.
Okay,
I love
okay.
them.
Okay.
I'm like,
So
okay,
you don't
I'm for this,
so you
but
don't like skits? Like
maybe that's what it is.
yeah.
See,
so
I
like,
come
do
from
you-
a Beavis and Butthead era.
I did not like
And
Beavis
I'm
and Butthead.
not-
See, I liked In Living Color and Mad TV.
Yeah, and Living Color.
And Living Color and Mad TV. I started watching SNL when I got older or whatever, but like I would sneak and
he
watch
liked
Mad
SNL,
TV.
and I don't like it
at
and
all.
Living Color.
I don't like it at all.
Oh, I loved it, Living Color.
no SNL.
I ain't liking this.
Oh, Saturday Night Live?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
He's showing
like.
me
I only
stuff.
like.
I'm like, this dry shit. This shit. This ain't,
Yeah, it's
this
like
ain't-
hit or miss. I only watch it depending on who the host is.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like when I hear like how Damon Wayans and somebody else you talk about like when they used to write or whatever and stuff like that, like how they used to do black comedians and things like that. Like you could tell they just I don't like it too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know all that.
Yeah, I rock with it, man. Like, you dry? You like dry comedy, or you like, I guess, moisturized comedy? You know what I'm saying?
I don't think I got a preference on which ones I like because there's actually something called the dry comedy bar or whatever like that. So like there's like if you look on the internet, look up dry comedy, like they don't cuss or anything like that, and they be pretty funny or whatever like that.
Yeah.
And I've listened to some raunchy stuff when Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle came. That was the first time I think I've ever been to like a comedy show on that level.
Okay.
The way Dave Chappelle tells a story, I got
Yeah.
physically sick because of the description he was giving. It was funny, but it was also disgusting.
Okay.
I thought I was gonna gag and laugh at the same time. It was horrible.
Yeah, and that's why you a good comic because you said you know how to tell stories.
Yeah.
Stories. Yep.
And like I was telling wifey, like storytelling is different.
Yeah.
Instead of just saying hands, you have to describe the hands.
Exactly, and I'm trying
know
to
what I'm
learn
saying?
because again, this just happened and I'm new.
Yeah.
So like I got off, I was like, ooh, I got off on a couple of jokes, but like now I'm putting in the work. My one of my homeboys, one of my like big brothers in comedy, Javon Westmoreland, give me books to order and get, and like to be a better host, to be a better comic, and learn more about myself. Because I don't talk about people because I believe in karma.
Okay.
Like I made a joke about a woman one time at Six Flags, and then I ended up being a joke. Like I was like, "Why is she so big getting on this ride?" And then I couldn't get on the ride, so I don't do this. So
like,
anything I do, I talk about myself.
Okay,
like I'm not
gotcha.
good, but like being around a lot of other comics on the scene, I'm getting a little quick with it, a little better or whatever like that. But it just ain't my thing.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah, Dave is Dave. I like Dave.
I love him.
I
He's a
rock
good
with Dave.
storyteller.
I like growing up. Richard Pryor used to be like the GOAT to me.
Really? Yeah.
Again, that was like I said, I
cursed
didn't.
and he did a lot. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
Okay.
Red Fox.
That's funny.
Like, what are you talking
Ooh,
about?
y'all got a bathroom down there?
no,
No,
it's
it's
upstairs.
upstairs.
You take go.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay,
it's
go
upstairs
ahead.
to your
We'll
right.
keep
To the right,
talking.
'cause baby, I
Yeah,
was like,
we
woo,
keep talking.
it's tequila.
But, see, that's how Britt do me.
When you leave out, it's to your right. No, to your left.
To your left.
Sorry.
But yeah, what's up, baby?
Richard Pryor. That's I wasn't even like Richard Pryor did a lot of cursing.
Yes.
You loved it, huh?
I didn't love the cursing. I love the freeness. I like people who free.
Okay.
I like people who free.
Yeah.
I like people who say what they want to say. Hence why I say what I want to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like, that's why I think I'm leaning more into not talking about people's situations as far as like celebrity.
Okay.
Because I can't say what I want to say. So like, if I can't say what I want to say, then like, what I'm saying shit for?
Yeah.
But Richard Pryor, oh my God,
he said whatever the heck he wanted to say.
He didn't care.
He didn't care about nothing. Back in the day, I guess you didn't have to care about nothing though, did you?
Well, a lot of things were accepted. People were a lot tougher than emotionally.
Oh yeah, so the skin was a lot tougher.
Yeah.
Oh
people
my God.
People were a lot of more. Like there was not a lot of more. My bad. People were a lot more. Thick skin, like you said.
Thick skin, yeah. People so soft now.
Wifey don't like dry comedy.
I think it's taking me a minute to get it.
Dry
Maybe
comedy.
that's a problem.
If you don't know what dry comedy is, dry comedy is like white people comedy, but it makes sense in a comedy space.
You gotta take you a minute to get it.
It don't take you a minute to get it if you like dry comedy.
I guess you gotta catch on to me. That's what I'm saying.
But that's why I like it, because it's like that's why I call dry comedy white people comedy, because it's like
call dry comedy white people comedy.
They dish you without you knowing that you dishing them.
I don't know. Some of the white comics I know, they know they dissing you.
Oh yeah, well they ain't dry. They moisturized.
They moisturized.
Yeah, they moisturized.
Right. All right, I wanted to know. Okay, so you said when you came down, you said that I have a great radio voice. I do have a good radio voice. So I was reading one article that you did with Voyage St. Louis.
Yeah,
and do you want to start your own podcast? Have you had thought about that before, or has that I was reading that you thought about it before?
It has crossed my mind, and I actually have like maybe 3 episodes. I started a podcast called Sister Saturdays. It initiated with when my mom had her stroke and I had to take care of her, I couldn't go out as much.
Okay.
Trying to establish life, caring for her in my home. It was a whole lot. But every other Saturday, I would hook up with 2 homegirls, wine, food from the little Arab place, and we would just talk and unwind and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what? We should record this.
Yeah.
Because that's what dudes do it all the time.
Hey, why not?
Yeah.
So I actually, called it Sister Saturdays. It was initially going to be with them, but things changed. And so, I wanted to center around sisterhood, mental health, and, kind of just vibing out with friendships and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I actually have a couple of episodes, but then the comedy took off.
Okay.
So I was like,
so you stopped. Okay.
I stopped.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had one episode, it was like, I have a friend who is a licensed therapist, and I have one who was going to school to be a Christian counselor.
Okay.
And the episode was, girl, you're not a bad friend. You're just depressed.
Oh,
yeah.
Dang, that's deep.
Yeah. How it changes your friendships, how it affects you. Because for a while, I thought I was a bad friend because I didn't want to do anything. I could barely take care of my kids.
Yeah.
But having women who don't take that stuff personally, who can check on you and also give you that space to
Move
do
your
that.
mic closer to you.
Yeah.
You good.
And who could support you in that way.
Yeah.
It means a lot.
Yeah, it's an amazing thing.
Yeah.
You don't have to talk every day.
Right.
You do not.
And I had to get used to that. And I think it's because I was trying to keep up the facade that I was okay and everything was fine, that I had to keep talking to people every day to make sure, stuff like that. And of course, if I was talking to you about your stuff, then I didn't have to think about me and my stuff.
Oh, okay. That's how you was. Okay. All right.
So.
And that's a lot of y'all couples out there. Like, y'all cool with talking about motherfucking, like, derailing them.
Right.
But when you got to talk about y'all,
yeah,
it ain't.
You got a problem.
It don't hit the same.
And that's why we do
And
this
that's when
podcast.
therapy come in. That's what I'm saying. Like, therapy for, like, relationship therapy is like, I don't feel comfortable telling you this and you don't feel comfortable telling me this.
Like she said, a mediator. I need a mediator.
I did.
But you shouldn't need that in like a real solid relationship.
Oh, yes, you should. Yes, you should.
Why you say that?
I don't care how solid anything is, how even a house, how strong your foundation is, it's going to be a crack somewhere. Communication between people is going to change.
Yeah.
What you may need is going to change. And sometimes that's hard for the other person to see or understand that. Or maybe you do, but there's a part of me that still doesn't see that you do. You know? So I don't think there's anything wrong with having someone being able to take both of your views and have it laid out in a way that you both can properly understand it.
Okay.
Because I'm your partner or whatever, but I'm not your teacher. You know? I can give you some things and stuff like that, but I can't go in your brain and make it click for you.
Yeah.
And I'd rather get someone to help me do that with you than to say you just don't get it, you just don't care, and fuck it.
Yeah, see, wifey don't really get what I say until somebody else say it a lot.
Yeah, and I think that's what therapy comes in, because when people do that, then you're sleeping with somebody.
Yeah, but I think what helps. Yeah,
it was
I think what helps
you ain't
us,
understand me, so I told her she understand me,
right?
And now you over her house,
she can relate with me, so
right?
Now, we together.
Like, whoa,
no.
Right.
You should be relating to me.
Yeah, but I think what helps us is the podcast.
Yeah, I can see that.
We do it
because
absolutely. Like,
this is like at least 30 minutes to an hour worth of like conversation that we have to have.
Yeah. Last week. Girl, last week was tough.
Yeah.
Last week didn't come out on YouTube. It's only on Patreon.
It came out on Patreon, but it came out audio though.
Okay.
But last week was a lot of like me like taking like, oh my God, this is who I am. And I'm not like, we were just talking about like vision and our like future and things like that. He's more of the futuristic person. Like he's more of like thinking future and things like that.
Yeah.
I'm more day to day.
I mean, because we got so much on our minds,
and that's what I say.
So hard
that's what
to
I was
see
thinking.
that
I was like, I got so much on my plate, and thinking about so much that it's so hard for me.
Thinking
to
about something that's not happening yet that I have to.
That's what I
do.
said.
It's a lot.
But he's a thinker, and I'm like, okay, if we can get today together, then we got your vision,
right?
And we can work with your vision.
And that's the thing you got to think about. We thinking about ourselves, and we also thinking about our kids. Not saying that y'all don't, but us as moms,
and that's what I told her. Like, I'm always gonna be on the back burner. Like, no matter what, I'm back burner.
I hate when he says that,
but
I'm back burner shouting
because I don't use back burners.
Yeah,
I get it. It's like you just back there. That's where you hold the pots.
But I do have to take care of your children.
Yes,
and I understand
that
are
okay.
Yeah,
and you, I got to make sure everybody's okay. You know, and it's just.
Last
week was just really like deep for us, but it's this podcast gives me like a lot of mirror. Yeah, be like, okay, I ain't know it's about, and he gives me like he ain't gonna hold it back. He gonna tell me how he feel about it.
Yeah,
you know he gonna and it's either you take it or you don't. You know, and a lot of things I'd be like realistic about, like, okay, Carrie, is this really who you are?
Yeah,
and it 9 times out of 10 it'd be like, okay, you really did that. You were that person. That's you. You know, you got to make it better. But yeah,
we use the part in line of thought process.
Yeah,
I'm a man.
I'm gonna say, and
I don't want to,
you know, being just a man and woman in general.
My mind is, I have to figure out a way to take care of us when we get older.
Yeah.
Because I don't want that.
Take care of us now.
I don't want that on our kids.
Yeah.
I want my kids to be able to live life. Like, if you want to go to Australia for 3 years, go.
Yeah.
We good. I got the bag.
Right.
Yeah.
We good. But her thinking tomorrow is not going to help me 1% in what I'm trying to do for us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. That's when you delegate tasks and some things like that.
When we first started dating, like we've only been married. We've been together for 13 years.
Right. But y'all been married for like 3 or 4.
Yeah. We've only been married 3. So it's like in the beginning it was like, okay, neither one of us financial savvy at all. Like, girl, I just pay bills. Here you go. Just paying this bill, trying to keep up, just not making sure we ain't got disconnection. No, there's nothing, this and that. You know, we were young. I was like, okay, so now it's just like, I understand that me making sure that our finances are like together, that's the only way we're going to make our future happen. And it's just
so
like,
you have to do that together now.
And the thing is,
y'all don't do it.
He not.
So how you expect to plan for the future if you don't know what's happening on now?
He doesn't know what's going on.
I didn't know this until like 2 years ago.
How you supposed to go to Australia if you don't know when the light bill due?
Yeah, because like in my mind, I'm Cosby Show. I'm, you know what I'm saying, Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up with that. Women take care of everything. As far as bills are concerned, I'll get the paper. You ain't got to worry about the paper. I get the paper.
But that's just so much of a
that's a lot.
burden.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. Because like you making it is, and I don't want to sound condescending, so I'm trying to figure out. Like it's you working hard, getting that money is just as important as me sitting down, figuring out where it's gonna go. Because if not, what you making it for if we don't got nothing to show for it?
Yeah,
that's true.
That's a fact.
But you also got to know what's happening too.
He don't want to know.
But that's the thing. I know what's happening.
He don't know.
I know it's technology out here. I know that women don't have to work as hard as they did in the 80s.
Yeah.
To figure shit out. Like,
yeah.
I remember,
it's the mental stress, though.
That's what it's looking at it every day. Like, I look at these bills like almost like weekly.
Yeah,
so
I do too. Like, I have to see what's coming in, what's coming out, when it's due.
And for me to make sure that it's maintained or make sure that I'm staying on top of it, it is a weekly thing for me.
Yeah.
It's not like the
bills come
thing.
once a month, but the managing it is we get the food bill, everything.
Together,
yeah.
But you have apps that manage that for you now.
Now, when everything go crashing down, what am I gonna do without apps?
You think about these apps that you can just put your finances in, but you still have to manage those apps.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So that
still takes a lot. Yeah, management takes a lot. Yeah. Being a household manager is a lot.
But I've said, okay, this is the thing. All right, that's fine. Mm-hmm. I'll take that on, and I'll be that financial person. That's fine. I'll do that. We got the money coming in. We fine.
Yeah.
I'll make sure everything is paid. It is a lot. Don't get me wrong. Mentally, it's a lot. Like sometimes I'm just tired. Mm-hmm. I'm tired looking at that shit.
I ain't gonna lie. It's 3 bills right now that I ain't looked at. I'm exhausted.
Yeah,
I don't want to look at it. And I'm doing it by myself.
That's me. I want to look at it.
Yeah. But it's happening.
She'll look at it and take on the stress. Yeah. If I know I can't pay it, ain't even using me open that letter.
That's crazy, though. You cannot do that. See, that's why you can't handle. That's why I don't want. Like we don't. I don't need that.
When I get the paper, when I get the paper, I open it and I pay it. But if I can't pay it right now, it ain't the point in me looking at that.
You gotta figure out when you gotta pay it. I was just ready to say, like, that's stress. You gotta figure out what. I'm telling you right now, I'm trying to be an adult, like on auto pay. I cry. I got like 3 things on auto pay now. Like I like.
Should I take this off?
I take this off? Let me change my card and say it was stolen before they come out. Because baby, I don't need this month, right?
Auto pay is ain't nothing but the devil.
The devil.
But you know, if you had the money in there, you were making all this lavish money.
Yeah,
you wouldn't care about putting stuff on auto pay.
Exactly.
But that's how they rob you, though.
They don't rob you. You know the bills are coming. I'm still looking at the bills.
They definitely rob you. They definitely rob you.
I feel vandalized every time.
Yeah, they definitely rob you. They been charge you your bill plus an extra $10, and you like, hold up, wait.
Well, when you do auto pay, you get a discount. See, if you handle the bills, you knew that. Yeah. You get auto pay, you get a discount.
He don't know all that.
I did say that because I had been through that with another person. I knew for a fact that I would not be with someone who wasn't somewhat financially savvy and that wasn't willing to be a teammate with it.
Yeah. So I've said if we ever, and God forbid that we don't, divorce, get anything happen. But I'm never gonna. I need you to be.
Yeah.
Your finances have to be together.
Yeah, I need you to know these passwords. I need you to know where do you know where the bank is? Which bank y'all bank with?
Yeah.
Okay.
He had the shirt account, so he knows that.
Because I ain't gonna lie, like with my ex, I handled all that stuff. So when I found out you was doing me dirty, and then you wasn't helping with the kids, when that stuff come up missing, he was upset about it. If you would have helped with the bills like I asked you,
known.
He called me. He was like, "Well, you took all my money." I said, "I'm here with your 2 kids. I left you enough for the bus," and I hung up.
Shut up.
Because he didn't have a car then. I left him enough for a bus pass, and I hung up.
For the weekly boy.
Mm-hmm. That is funny. All right.
Shout out to my bus riders.
Right. Metro was
so I know we're hour in. So I just want to know what's up next for Shante Love. What's going on?
I'm trying to figure out how to be the funny doula.
Okay.
Okay.
Because comedy ain't going nowhere.
Okay.
I could say it was a one-off, and I was like, "Ooh, it's fun." While it's an adrenaline. It's a rush. It's so enjoyable. I love making people laugh. I love people like, "Girl, I dated someone just like that," or "I did this," and I was able to laugh at themselves about stuff because I'm doing that now. And then mental health support for Black and brown mamas. Okay. I think that's going to be the hill I die on to the day.
I read that you wanted to start something.
Mommy's Matters STL is the business that I started last year.
Okay.
Shout out to the Urban League Women's Business Center. I went through their Ready, Set, Launch program to help me with that.
Oh.
So the initial viewpoint for Mommy's Matter STL was to be an emergency delivery service for pregnant and postpartum women.
Okay.
Because when their dad left and stuff like that, there was no housing in St. Louis. I had to get on the housing list in St. Charles, and I had to move to a trailer park in Lake St. Louis.
Okay.
Wow.
So I'm an hour away now from anybody that can support me any kind of way.
Oh, wow.
If I'm sick, I got to bundle them up and go to the store and get the medicine.
A deeper thing is I didn't even know they had a trailer park in Lake St. Louis.
I didn't either.
That's the rich part of St. Louis.
Y'all so funny.
You supposed to be wealthy and well off in Lake St. Louis.
Yo!
You niggas got trailer parks out
They
there?
got trailer parks. It's right down there by that Walmart and that movie theater out there off in
Y'all
the
play
cut.
too much.
And that's the same thing I said too. I was like, Lake St. Louis.
Oh, that one went off.
What?
Mine
Both of them went off.
Hers went off too.
Did it?
Keep going.
Okay.
All right.
So the main concept behind Mommy's Matter STL is to be a delivery service. So let's say and even in the areas in the city where the stores close late, or I could tell diapers in Overland are not the same prices as diapers in North City.
Oh, right.
I know people steal but again, people steal because why? They don't have access to the funds to get the items that they need.
Right.
So Mommy's Matter STL, I want to be a safe place for parents, not just moms, but even single dads. So I knew some single dads too, who, if you needed medicine, well, I don't know if I could do over-the-counter stuff. I still was figuring that part out. But like, if you needed diapers or something like that, just to hold you over through the night or a couple of days till you got to the store, you can call me. I have diapers and stuff on deck. Okay. I'll come drop them off.
I love that.
So, and it would be like a small fee, or I was trying to figure out how to do it as a nonprofit. I did it as a business first, but then trying to figure out how I can do it as a nonprofit so I can get those donations in to deliver that stuff, because I know how difficult it is to TMI to use your daughter's pull up as a pad because I'm out.
Because you're out, yeah.
But it's 2:00 in the morning. I can't take my babies out, and I don't have anybody else to bring me anything.
Right.
Like if I can call someone who's available and get this stuff that I need.
I love that.
You know, and contract other people out. To like, hey, come get this and take this person like that and stuff like that. So I was that was the initial point behind it, but it was so hard to kind of figure out how to do that. Plus, I got so rooted in my job that I was fearful in my safetyness of the job that I had. Yeah. So I didn't pursue it. Yeah. So the next step was, when I found out about becoming a doula and stuff like that. So then it was like, okay, becoming a doula would be the main part, and the emergency services would be the nonprofit. So now I'm in the process of switching things around and stuff like that to get it, because it's a need
to make it a nonprofit,
to make to have like a sleeve or whatever. So Mommy's Matters would be the doula services, and then like to have the delivery service like underneath that as a nonprofit. So that's the route and things that I'm working behind the scenes now to do, because it's a service. There's stores that close as soon as it get dark in the city, and people need these things. Yeah. So
still after 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and it's getting dark late.
Right.
I mean early at 4:30.
What take me through the 9 months of a doula.
You talking about the process of like
being a doula?
Being a doula. There's several different doulas. There are 7 different modalities. I went to school, so I am a full spectrum doula, so I can be with someone assisting from preconception to postpartum. Okay. So it's more so of I get a midwife is the one that's catching babies. I tell that all the time. That's what I want. I'm not catching babies. That's a little bit more schooling and certifications and things to go through. I'm not catching babies. However, I am trained in certain techniques and positions and stuff to kind of help, like there's a spinning babies thing. Like if your baby's breached, there's certain positions I know how to do, or take another class that I know how to do that. More of a advocate for expectant parents. Okay. Spiritual, emotional, resource-wise and stuff like that. See,
that's your bag already, because you already want to be there to help them.
Exactly. So yeah, I feel like my main focus might be postpartum, because even as a doula, it could get nasty, and I don't like fluids and stuff. Oh, okay. So I'm like, holler at me when you and the baby get here, and I got you. Yeah. I got you.
I feel you.
So yeah, so definitely funny. So let's think of it. That's why I said your baby mama's baby mama. Okay. Like let me help take care of you and your partner, because I've met a couple of guys who've assisted their wives in pregnancies, and now they become a doula so they can team up with their wife, because men need assistance in pregnancy too. How can you support your partner? How can you get the support you need? Because having a baby changes you, but it also changes him. Okay.
Okay, wait. So men can be doulas?
Yes. Just like a man can be an OBGYN.
So I could be a man doula for a man. A man doula for a man.
For the family. For the family. For the family. So you'll be educated in women and the biology and the pregnancy and stuff like that. But you'll also be like an advocate and a voice to help the dad as well.
Right.
Yeah, see, I don't want to do that. I just want to be in the living room. Like, shut the fuck up, nigga. Keep your eyes open.
You don't need to
cut the cord.
You don't need to be a doula. It's okay. It ain't his money. It's okay.
You can
man up.
You can market that as the rough homeboy. Yeah. You can market that
rough homeboy. The homeboy doula.
You stay doing what you're doing, baby.
Yeah, nigga, man up, nigga. Keep your eyes open.
That's hilarious. All right, well. We're going to wrap it up.
Wait. Before we wrap it up, we do have an event together.
Oh, yes, we do. Yes. Okay, we're going to go ahead and announce our event.
Right, because it's so close.
It is.
It's
going to be here before we know
It's going to be 2 pods, but it's so close.
Yes.
So, no, y'all can go ahead and do y'all can go ahead.
All right, so we are going to have a couples event in February. We want to do it's called a perfume. You're going to do a perfume where the woman makes the gentleman's
cologne.
Consent, and then the man makes his woman's consent. We're going his scent. I said consent. Sorry, his scent. We're gonna start up. Shante was very, very. We met at a
networking event. With Shelby's Fragrance Bar. Shout out to Miss Shelby.
Shout out to her. Shout out. I love her. But yes, so she's gonna do a just like a 10-minute set or something. Yeah. And then we're gonna have the event and everything. We want people to. We only can have about.
I think what you said, like 5 or 6 couples?
16, so we can have 18 people. 19, we make 19, 20, 18 people, so that's what, 6 couples?
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
Is that 6 couples? That's right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
yeah.
6. No, that's 12. It's 8 couples. 4, 6, I'm so sorry. It's 8 couples.
I don't know. This is sounding like X equals.
And we don't want to do the finances in the household, ain't we? And we don't want to do the finances.
8 couples to be 16 people. We can have 18 because that's 9 couples we can have. So we'll have 9 couples. I'm so sorry. Tequila is tequila.
We not.
Right now.
Wait. We not including in that 19. Is we?
Well, that's why we have to be. We'll be 19 and 20.
Yeah. So I know it was almost like. So it was a couples thing, and then like they would kind of create a scent for each other.
Yeah. Right.
And that's what we want to do. And more will come out about that probably in January. You think you want to start?
I'm hoping to be in one of them couples. So if you come out to one of my shows and you single with no baby mama drama,
flat out. You know what I'm saying?
So I cannot wait. Right. It's gonna be amazing. That's how we met Shante. I cannot wait. This is gonna be our first event. Praying everything goes well. We want to have more events like this. As Mr. and Mrs. Mac, and we would love to have you come and do more things with us.
Of course.
I love it. I love the energy. I love everything about you. I really just adore it. I love it.
I'm glad I met y'all. Like, it was dope. Like, I almost overslept and didn't go to that networking event.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm like, I love doing comedy, but I see myself as a full spectrum entertainer, like becoming one. Like, I've been hosting things around town, like whether it's comedy shows or I host karaoke at Platypus in the Grove every Monday.
I saw that. I was telling him.
It be lit.
I said, dang. I said, but these people love to do karaoke, don't they?
Do.
And that's what I was saying.
Faithfully.
That's why when you said you sung, I was like, okay, it makes sense.
I sing there sometimes too. Yeah, but music's a passion of mine always and foremost. Music is a love language. I tell people that's one of my love languages for sure. If you're trying to get at me and send me a playlist of what you listening to. Okay. When you think about me, what song come on? Don't put no freaky stuff on there. So I'm trying to live right by the Lord. On Monday through Thursday. When I got the kids, it's a whole nother beast of another thing.
Yes. But tell us where we can find you. Tell us what's going on. What do you have coming up next? Where we can find you at? We can see you and everything.
Yes, I keep getting surprise bookings. So
that's what's up.
Blessed and busy. Yes. Right. December 1st, I will be at the Heavy Anchor for the Future is Female comedy show. All female comics from St. Louis. I think about a couple from out of town. December 15th, I will be at the Cola Lounge, the Best Medicine Cannabis and Comedy Show.
Oh,
so
wow.
They have that every 3rd Friday of the month.
Okay.
So I got links and stuff on my page and stuff like that. You can always DM me.
Where's your page? Shout your page.
Instagram _ Love 26. And if you like my daddy and still on Facebook, you can find me on Facebook at Shante Love. You'll see this face. I think I changed it to match my current hair color of
I
the
love it
the
too.
month.
I saw you changing it.
I
love
it. It was time. It was time. I needed a cut and a color. Shout out to Destiny.
Okay.
Dishes by Destiny. Y'all better get at her. She at Novio salon. They just moved downtown on Washington.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Cute. Okay.
You know, I'm a plug my black peoples.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Straight
up. What you got? I'm
Word of the day.
Word of the day.
Whew, Kings. I got to be hard on you. Don't you take your goddamn kids around the motherfucking woman that you motherfucking cheating with. I swear for God,
Tell them, baby.
you niggas is going straight to hell.
Hell, with gasoline draws
There's no
on.
reason for you to motherfucking corroborate your kids
At
and
all.
the disrespect that you are betraying.
Oh my God.
God damn. Have more respect for your kids.
Right.
Flat out. And your woman.
Right.
Flat out. But yeah, the event popping off, man, is, as you heard, it's gonna be very limited.
Yeah.
Yes. So once we put this,
and one of them couple spots getting saved for me.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
and once we
You
put this
spoke
event out, y'all better jump on it, baby,
Yes.
because
It's gonna be a time will be had.
and if we see that it's like people are like jumping on it, like I would love to do it again.
Yeah.
I would love to. What you say? Rinse and repeat.
Yeah, rinse and repeat.
Rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
So
Definitely need to do a singles one too.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what you know. What that's what Shelby was saying. The thing is, we were thinking about that. We'll discuss that more. I'm not sure if we want to do.
With the single one?
Fine.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll
Yeah,
see.
the second one about the singles one.
Yeah.
Because I know the couples and things is your
it's
your thing.
It's our bag. That's what we want to do.
That's
I mean,
our
even
bag.
if you are just
First of all,
give
I'm
some encouraging
I'm down to do a
words.
single one.
That could be true.
I
That could be true
mean,
too. Yeah, we
yeah.
can do a singles one and give people
Give encouraging words or
yeah.
something.
I'm down to be matchmaker.
Hey.
You feel me? I'm down to let y'all know that you have to do things
facts.
like discuss how you want to take care of y'all kids if
Yep.
y'all do date.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? What the man gonna provide if he not gonna provide what the woman want to do. All of that type of stuff. But yeah, follow us at Mr. Mac. Follow UA Network on YouTube. And yeah, man, be good. We out.
Hey.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.